Do you
Recording
mind
is
recording?
complete. Okay, there you go.
Oh,
All right.
wait, you want me to record?
I'm recording.
Okay, all right.
He's recording. It's
Okay,
okay.
Yeah.
let's do.
All right, so our project is the Shift Master Scheduler, by the three of us. And the introduction for this is that we're going to create a system to manage shift scheduling for different use cases such as restaurants, which is what we focused on. And this allows administrators and employees to make accounts in our system. It also allows shifts to be managed and created by employees and administrators. It allows employees to choose time slots so they have flexibility on when they're able to work. And it also allows admins to move around employees, so it gives them more power over their employees, so they're able to um, have more privileges than them. And as for the roles and responsibilities, we broke it up as Braden doing the front end, Matthew doing the back end, and me working on the back end as well. The languages we used for the project, for the front end, or the front end, we focused on Angular and HTML. And for the back end, we focused on Node.js, and then we used Rider and WebStorm to do the code for those. For the databases, we used LocalDB as well as SSMS. And as for the value proposition, the problem that we had to solve was that of manual shift scheduling have different errors. The main ones being that it's very time consuming, it's error prone, and it lacks flexibility. And this could lead to different conflicts as listed here, scheduling conflicts, overtime issues, and employee dissatisfaction, just because manual shift scheduling is more complicated. And the solution that we created provides a seamless platform for dynamic shift creation. So employees and admins are able to easily create, move around, and view their shifts. We also created automatic conflict prevention to prevent overlaps. So if a certain shift only has a certain number of slots, a lot of people can't assign themselves to the same shift. And also features for employees to self-manage shifts so they can move around their own shifts or choose shifts to their liking. And administrators can also control schedules so they can assign shifts for different employees. And the key benefits of this is that it saves time for administrators so they don't have to worry about manual shift scheduling because it could waste a lot of time and efficiency. It also enhances employee satisfaction through transparency since they can see exactly which shifts are available and which they're able to take. And it's also a scalable design to support growing businesses.
I'm going on to the demo. Oh no. Nope. There we go. We have the website, if you can see that. Okay. So first I'm going to log in with an admin account. So here's 2FA. We don't have that set up, so it's just any 8-digit code. So here's the home. It tells me what my next shift is, the rest of them, and if there's anyone else working on that day. This is the same like home screen that the admins and non-admins have. Then here we have the admin nav bar. It has managing shifts. So since you're an admin, you can create them or like edit people's shifts. So like I want Matthew to do it instead of Braden, or it's back end or front end. Yeah, and then managing users. So you can either create a new one or like, oh, I put in this guy's email wrong. So like if we create a new one here, it's like Onshu, Onshu, boom, boom, boom. It's gonna be front end. We can then log out, which is also make a shift. So it's gonna be hello. We're gonna do unassigned. That way we can have Onshu go in and actually like pick it up. There we go. Create the shift, and we see down here the hello shift unassigned. Then we can log out. We can go to Onshu, put in the PFA. So then we see is no shifts, but if we go to pick up, this is the now non-admin one, so they can pick up shifts. So if we pick this up because it's unassigned, we can then go back to home and say, oh, we have this shift. It looks like Matthew has a shift on the same day. And then they can view other employees in case you want to like email your managers or something. They don't have any edit permissions. I think the biggest like design decision we have for this is that the employees themselves can't actually make accounts. It's the admins make the account for you. So the way that would work is so if some employee gets hired somewhere, the admins would go in and make your stuff for you. The good part about this setup is the admins can entirely decide the setup, or they can make a whole bunch of unassigned shifts and have it be first come, first serve. But moving on. Slideshow.
And so next is talking about the technical debt. So when it comes to incomplete features, dynamic user creation was only partially implemented, but not fully tested. Notification systems to inform users of shift updates is not functional. And advanced admin privileges, things like analytics for the various workers or users and reporting are all pending being made. In addition to what's listed, two-factor authentication is only slightly done. We have the front end UI for it, and we have some of the back end UI, but it's only implemented with HTML input as opposed to linking with the front end. Compromises that we had to make was focusing on delivering a functional minimal viable product, quick database setup using local DB instead of something based in the cloud, and limited error handling and logging features for now, because again we're just prioritizing the minimum viable product that demonstrates the concept that we were trying to get in the first place, adding shifts, dropping shifts, the difference between admins and users, being able to pick up shifts, move people shifts, and that's the kind of thing. Next slide. So for stretch goals for future features, implementing email and SMS notifications for shift reminders would be important, and adding this wouldn't be too difficult once we get the two-factor authentication up and running, because the principle is very similar of sending out emails based on the email associated with someone's account when they sign up. Introducing mobile-friendly design for ease of use, and advancing scheduling algorithms to optimize workforce efficiency. And then scalability, because again, we use local DB. Migrating towards a cloud-based alternative would allow us to handle larger volumes in a much simpler and better way. And then enhanced user role management for business with complex hierarchies. And as for challenges and issues, integration between the front end and the back end, delayed process. One thing that's very unintuitive is that front end can't really see the code very well of the back end. Really, they're just interacting with the Swagger website through Rider. And so that's unintuitive to get used to. And then setting up the database with Rider IDE, setting up the database, I know for me was a nightmare due to some unforeseen issues and strange errors, but it ended up taking us a little while to get done. And then ensuring front end dynamically reflects the back end updates in real time. So that's when you add a user, update the database in the back end. That's reflected by a new user being displayed on the front end of the website. Next slide. So in summary, the Shift Master Scheduler has made significant progress in setting up its foundational structure. We've more or less attained our goal of a minimum viable product. Core functionalities like login, shift viewing, and basic admin controls are all operational and ready for development, while more complex systems, things like a more efficient cloud base, things like added levels of security, are all work in progress or would be next steps. Our system is well positioned to provide value to business and employees by improving scheduling efficiency and transparency. And that's our slideshow. Thank you for listening.
Okay, really good presentation, everyone. You can stop recording so you don't go over the time.
Okay.
And